Hey guys, and welcome back to Psychic Celluloid Signals. Today we're seeing what, Glenn?
Night of the Living Dead.
Yes, and I'm so excited. Of course, George Romero recently passed away, and rest in peace. He was an awesome dude, and in honor of his awesomeness, the Dryden is playing a few films of his, and the first one is Night of the Living Dead.
True classic.
Yes, like the reason that we know zombies the way that we know them today.
Exactly.
So that'll be awesome. We're seeing it on 35mm, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing it like high quality.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect way to celebrate and pay tribute to such an influential filmmaker.
Yes. I think over the course of this month, they're also going to be playing
Knightriders.
Knightriders and the Crazies. So
and we'll be seeing those.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
See those.
So yeah, we'll check this out and we'll get back to you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're back, and that was the best I've ever seen Night of the Living Dead.
Same.
By far, and actually, there is a reason for this. Not only was it on 35mm, which made it really just, you can't beat that, but on top of that, like the man who's introducing the film was talking, Night of the Living Dead, by some weird like loophole, accidentally fell into the public domain, and because of that, most of the copies that you find out there are really crappy.
Awful.
Yeah, they're just, it's bad. They put like a really cool looking cover on it, and the content itself is just like a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. So it was really, really cool to see this. I think we heard that this was actually a fairly early print of the film as well.
Yep.
I think from like 70s.
Yep.
So that was pretty crazy cool.
Yeah, the print was pristine, and the intro was awesome. In the intro, we apologize. We don't remember. We made a note of it, and we can't find it now. The man who introduced the film, he came from George Romero's adopted hometown of Pittsburgh, and he mentioned some things, including "This Made Me Happy." He mentioned Martin, another Romero film which gets often overlooked, and he recommended it to the audience, and it's that little bit made me happy. He also made comparisons to Romero and Warhol, the fact that they both came from...
They both went to the same school.
Yeah.
They both like came from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Romero actually was from the Bronx, I believe. But
he came when he was like, I think he said 17.
17, yeah. So that was his hometown. Warhol, I guess, was not as crazy about it, but Romero was, and this film was shot there, and it was. I liked the. I don't know, just the atmosphere of the film itself.
That was when I first saw Night of the Living Dead. I was 13, and I had a crappy DVD copy of it, and that's what stuck out to me. I liked the rural setting, small town-esque. I loved the little farmhouse. It all seemed very quaint.
Yeah.
And I loved how that quaintness and quietness contrasted with these shambling, hungry ghouls, zombies. I think it's great.
I think it makes it even creepier than, like, for instance, if this took place in a even a bustling, like, kind of suburb, or even a city, something like that, it almost wouldn't be as terrifying in some ways, because this is so, especially being in the 60s, it was very, they were very, like, disconnected, like, they, were thrilled to find like this television where they could get a little bit of broadcasting, or to find a radio.
Well, it's an extreme juxtaposition, and they're in a place where, yeah, they're really cut off from a lot of things. So it amplifies the fact that they're alone with this threat that keeps shambling forwards and is growing ever in numbers.
Yeah. Trying to think. What were some of your favorite scenes?
I have a lot. My hands down, my favorite one, I actually have it as my screensaver on my computer. Have now for maybe 3 years. I've never bothered to change it. Is the girl with the trowel. When she kills her mom. I always, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god! You know, it just stuck out in my mind, and I've just been a fan of that ghoulish, gory scene ever since. I also love the early scenes in the cemetery, and I love the entire film. Like, I don't think there's anything really that I don't like. I'm trying to think of anything particularly stands out.
Yeah, they look real messed up.
Yeah, that one.
That was a great quote.
Of course, the end is always just like, oh no, don't shoot. That always sticks in your head.
That ending, and I'm sure most of you guys have probably seen this film, but it is spoiler. If you haven't seen it, our kind of protagonist throughout most of the film is shot at the end. I don't know, that ending was just so, it's tragic, but it's right. I feel like it wouldn't have worked any other way. Like, if they came and rescued him, or even if the zombies got him, it wouldn't
adds
have
to the social commentary.
Right. It really.
It's the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Of what's all the social commentary that's going on in the film. Which reminds me, another scene I like is when he shoots the guy, the asshole that's giving him all the trouble.
Yep.
It's like, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that there were some the nice thing I like about this film. One of the nice things I like about this film is that there are a lot of like kind of character developing scenes where there isn't too much like going on as far as danger or really anything in the environment happening particularly, but then you get these scenes like the guy from the basement who's being an ass throughout the whole thing getting shot, or our protagonist being shot at the end, or the little girl. Barbara just
Yep.
just those small scenes that were very intense that are just a slap in the face to yourself. There's like, wow.
Very kind of make use of that whole hot and cold showers thing.
Yeah.
That's so, it goes back to like the early Grand Guignol, where you'll have something really, really shocking, or something that really like makes you stand up. In the Grand Guignol case, something very gory, very violent. And then you'll have something that's quieter and light, or something that it's, in the Grand Guignol's case, it would be a comedy, and in Night of the Living Dead's case, they'll be boarding up things, or they'll be like preparing for the dead to come, or arguing, or watching the television.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing, speaking of the television, that I really like about this film that I don't think I hear as many people talk about is the sci-fi element of it, the NASA involved, the radiation, causing all of this stuff to happen, assumably. They don't even, it's like kind of confirmed, but the government's kind of denying that it's certain, but yeah, that's probably what's happening, and I thought it was really creepy. It's just, it makes it almost feel real, and it's like those 50s movies, especially.
The Cold War.
Yeah.
This was, the Cold War was still going on when
Yeah.
this was made, so.
It's got that very real feeling to it underneath it.
Everyone was afraid of the atomic bomb. It was hanging over everyone's heads for, right until, what was it? When did the Cold War end?
I want to say 80s, right?
It was the 80s, but I'm thinking like a specific year.
Specific year I can't remember.
Yeah.
But at any rate, it really had that kind of even though this is a movie about like dead people coming back to life, it doesn't get more um, kind of fictiony than that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it has that really real connection. It makes you feel like maybe this could happen.
Right.
And just watching the news kind of unfold, it just feels the real. The people that they cast as like the news people felt like that was what they actually did. I think just speaking of the cast in general, everyone was perfect. Even from like our protagonist all the way to like the random zombie you see walking in the background, everyone was like dead on.
Oh yeah.
It was just fantastic performances all across the board.
Right. Speaking of which, those zombies, those shambling undead, they weren't called zombies in this film. They were called ghouls. And yeah, George never used that term. It was only, and I think I read this in the book Shock Values, which is a great book. You should check it out if you haven't already. And it started hitting the drive-ins and all these other places, and people just started calling them zombies. Before then, zombies were relegated to slow-moving, shambling. It's probably where they made the parallel. Undead, but not really. Drugged, Haitian men and women, usually under some sort of voodoo curse or spell. Think White Zombie with Bela Lugosi, or Isle of the Zombies. I'm not sure. I think those kind of early films. It was always like people who were like either they were dead or they were kind of like in an induced kind of hypnotic dead-esque state where they're very suggestible, and because of the voodoo and the drugs used, and they do what they're told.
Yeah, this film really took that kind of concept and brought it into the Cold War, I think.
Yeah.
And almost brought it to your doorstep. It like the zombies of Haiti, it doesn't really relate with this audience, like an American or a European audience, but zombies created by something more sci-fi, more atomic related, is definitely a lot more at your doorstep. It's a threat that could happen. At least it feels like it could.
Yeah. Great film, great screening. Thank you again to the Dryden and the George Eastman Museum for allowing us to see this.
Yes.
And we look forward to checking out their other screenings in the future, including the next 2 screenings as part of the George Romero tribute series.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they'll be playing, I believe, in a week or 2, the Crazies, and at the end of the month, they're going to be playing Knightriders, which is a film that I really like. I'm not sure how many of you have seen the film. It kind of goes under the radar as far as Romero films, but it's really interesting. It stars, I believe, was it Ed Harris and Tom Savini. And it's really interesting. It's like a Renaissance festival mixed with Easy Rider. So if you're in the Rochester area, definitely try to check out the Crazies or Knightrider. You'll really get, I think, a broader scope of what Romero was and what he did.
Which was a lot.
Yes. So, I think that's about everything we have to say.
Yeah.
Stop it! You're ignorant! Keep it psychic and keep it real, guys.